Hey, this man is the host of Stumps and Bumps, the host of the driver's seat. In many ways, he needs no introduction, but we'll give him one anyway. He's the man who keeps Gary Lyon on air in season, the unofficial ambassador of the Dingley Hotel, and one of the greatest exponents of the topless walk and talk. Nims Azur is in the studio because John Cena has put the full stop Moons on an illustrious 24-year career that obviously saw him become one of wrestling's biggest stars. Nims, good morning to you.
Good to be here, gents.
Hello, Nims.
Normally I'm here when we're off air, so it's a
Or
treat to be on here.
when something's gone wrong.
Yeah.
But inevitably it's smooth this morning, which we love.
So I was listening to a podcast the other day and he said no, because like every wrestler, they come back 3 or 4 times after they've announced their retirement 3 or 4 times. But he said no, he's done.
He's done and dusted it. This is the first time we've actually ever seen a proper retirement run. He sort of planned it in 2023, and then he had 36 dates this year to get it all done and dusted. A big farewell tour, went around the world as well, went to Europe, came to Australia in October.
16-match retirement run it was.
Yeah, it was insane. No one's ever done that before, and he claims after yesterday, he's done. He's not going to get back in the ring, not going to do anything. He'll probably be a WWE ambassador, but yeah, he's, as far as putting the jorts on and the brightly coloured shirts, he's not back.
Now, tell us how he bowed out for those who don't know, and was it the right way for him to bow out?
So in wrestling, the custom is to lose your last match because you put over the next up-and-comer, and he was up against a former WWE World Champion by the name of GUNTHER. It was a real Ivan Drago and Rocky type of fight. The big foreign heel, the guy that says, "I will tap you out, John Cena," against the guy that never gives up. And unfortunately, it just got the best of John Cena and he tapped out.
So it was the right matchup then, as far as Gunther's concerned?
Well, it was never going to be the right matchup, but they decided how to get to John Cena's final match with a 16-man tournament. The Last Time Is Now tournament, which was drawn at random, featured people from outside the WWE as well involved in it too. And Gunther won it, defeating LA Knight last Friday on SmackDown. And that led us to this final match, which John Cena couldn't quite get the chocolates.
Where do you rate him, Nims, as the one of the all-times?
John Cena is... So I was in year...
It's about their popularity. It's
Correct,
the wrestling moves and what they do in the ring, their entertainment in the ring. So it's the whole package.
I was in year 12 when John Cena first debuted, and he came out against Kurt Angle and declared, I'm here for ruthless aggression. And since then, he has been on top of the WWE. Like, he's had a longer run than Hulk Hogan, a longer run than Steve Austin, The Rock. He has been the face of the WWE. And Hogan, Austin, and The Rock, they were popular when wrestling was huge. Remember back in the day, like, you'd see it on Letterman, it'd be on the front cover of magazines. John Cena was popular when wrestling was, very taboo still, and it's much more popular now. Yeah. And it's good to see that Cena was able to get his flowers.
And his filmography, he's done proper acting and voiced in it, like 30 films or something. He's been
great.
In a stack of movies.
He's great. And there's a great movie that he's done, which I think he filmed in Melbourne, Ricky Stanicky, which a lot of people might have seen. He that's the reason why I guess he's so comfortable to leave wrestling completely, because it's a real thrill. And I've done a little bit of work with local wrestling promotions here in Melbourne, Melbourne City Wrestling to name one. And there is a real buzz when you're at a live wrestling event, and you can't sort of get that. I guess it Moons, when you finish playing footy, you can't quite get that adrenaline, that live crowd that's with you, and that
you never
lifts
get it
you.
back. That's why you go play local basketball and act like an idiot.
But yeah, it's like that for wrestlers. Like, that's why they just can't seem to not come back. They're always there. But John Cena, he said, "No, I'm done. I'm 17-time world champion. I'm done and dusted." I think he's still going to do the Make-A-Wish stuff that he does, because he's done over 600 of that.
Yep.
But it was a great retirement run. But everyone's always going to say, was it right? Was it not right? But look, he's had great matches against Randy Orton, CM Punk, a banger in Perth against AJ Styles here, and I reckon it was a great way to go out.
Well, Ronnie's convinced that John's going to fight again because, as Ronnie says, especially if he sits in front of Moons and reclines on a flight from Sydney to Melbourne, it will definitely be on. Hey, Stumps and Bumps is going beautifully. Enjoying it?
It really is. So it's myself, SEN Cricket's Bharat Sundaresan, and WWE Hall of Famer Eric Bischoff.
What a mix.
It's quite a combination. We were actually debating because Usman Khawaja's career, obviously, is at a crossroads. And much like wrestlers, when you get to that certain age, just like, can you still do it? So Eric's got some really good takes on what he thinks Usman Khawaja should be doing.
Okay.
We actually compared Sam Constas to John Cena because if you judge Sam Constas in the Boxing Day test and the Boxing Day test alone, put that on the same thing as John Cena in 2003, where he had a rather crappy career. You never get the great man that is John Cena 23 years later. So let's not be too hard on Sam Constas as well.
I love the storytelling in the wrestling, Nims. When he turns heel, when he's turned heel, is that his decision or is it more Vince's decision in the way that they want to tell a story?
So at the moment, there is this great documentary on Netflix called WWE Unreal, and you can see the process in which they go through the storylines because the whole thing was we need something that hasn't been done before with John Cena. For 23 years, he's been the hustle, loyalty, respect.
Everyone loved him, and all of a sudden you become the villain.
Exactly, and he did it in the best possible way that really emphasizes I'm a bad guy by kicking the good guy in the balls, which really just says I'm bad. Yeah. And it was it's what spawned the walk and talk for my walk and talk at least, because I had a bunch of people asking me, what do you think of this? And I said, well, what are my thoughts? Here we go.
Hey, Nims, awesome to have your thoughts live in the studio this morning. The big news, John Cena is done and dusted until, as we said, he reclines in front of Moons on a domestic flight here. Hey, good on you, mate. Thanks for stopping by.
It's a pleasure to be
Great
here.
work, Nims.
Stumps and Bumps on tomorrow.
Stumps and Bumps continues tomorrow. It's magnificent. And each week in the lead up to Christmas, speaking of magnificence, we're giving away a Christmas meat pack to someone in need from Tasman Butchers, valued at $220. Back in a moment.
What are my thoughts?